She-Ra was a spin-off series to He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. It was produced in 1985 by Filmation and was aimed at the young female audience and was supposed to make them feel like how men felt when they watched He-Man. It only had 2 seasons but was actually fun to watch and was filled with iconic action scenes and characters who we are going to discuss today, what abilities they had and what role they played in the show. Then briefly look at the people responsible for voicing all the characters, half of whom are no longer here with us, and the other half who are aged but still alive in 2025. Let us begin with Adora, who was mostly recognized as She-Ra, and was the long-lost twin sister of He-Man. She was the daughter of a king known as King Randor and the Queen Marlena. And back when she was young, she was kidnapped by an evil man called Hordak, who was the leader of a group called the Evil Horde, and was taken to the land of Etheria where she was raised as a mind-controlled captain of the Evil Horde. She later freed herself from the capture and joined the Great Rebellion where she helped in battling the Evil Horde and helping the captives flee Etheria. She was a woman of incredible bravery and charisma, and was known to have the power to lift fully grown men and robots, and even mountain rocks and buildings. She also had super speed, could empathically understand nature, could communicate with animals, could heal faster, and also had an indestructible sword of protection which she used in battles. This female warrior was voiced by Melody Britt, who is a retired American actress that has been voicing cartoon and animated characters ever since the 1970s. Peekaboo was a member of the Great Rebellion who possessed blue peacock feathers that gave her the ability of enhanced sight. She could also see into the far reaches of the universe through her feathers, and also had omnidirectional vision, which meant that it was impossible to sneak attack at her. Her real name was Penelope, and was from the homeworld of Etheria. She was voiced by Erica Schemer, a former actress and voice actress who was introduced to Filmation by her father, who we shall discuss next. Grizzler was a member of the villainous Evil Horde, who was a hairy man of beastly appearance that was covered with a thick brown fur and was armed with sharp claws. He had extreme strength which he used to attack his opponents, and was a mindless guy with little to no intelligence. And with his brutal strength, the only way to beat him was by using intelligence against him. Voiced by the great Lou Schemer, who was an American voice actor, producer, and the original founder of the Filmation. He was the father of Erica Schemer, who we discussed before, and also had another child known as Lane Schemer. He passed away on October 17, 2013 at the age of 84 from Parkinson's disease. Broom had no name and was only referred to the tool he was used for. He was a guy with the ability to fly, and was the best friend of a woman known as Madame Raz, who he helped by carrying her around like the traditional witches. He lived in the Whispering Woods, and was also a part of the Great Rebellion in the fight against Hordak and the Evil Horde. He was voiced by John Lee Irwin, a former American voice actor who was actually the original voice of He-Man in the Masters of the Universe. And just a few days from Christmas last year, he passed away at the age of 88 years from natural causes. Entrapta was the Evil Horde's villainous technician who was a skilled inventor, and was the one who designed advanced equipments for the Horde to employ in their battle against the Great Rebellion. She was also blessed with the power of Medusa, which helped her in controlling her long hair at will to capture her enemies and throw them using it. A dangerous yet beautiful villain voiced by Linda Gary, who was an American actress that we've discussed 2 to 3 times by now in this channel, and she sadly passed away on October 5, 1995 at the age of 50 from brain cancer. She was buried in Forest Lawn Memorial in Los Angeles, California. The famous Skeletor was the main antagonist of the show, and was the most dangerous threat on the Kingdom of Eternia where She-Ra originated from. He was just like the everyday villains, with his main aim to rule over the whole universe. His main goal was to get hold of the secrets of Castle Grayskull, which would enable him to become the master of the universe. He started off as an evil demon from another dimension, but would go on to become the greatest villain that He-Man and She-Ra ever faced. He was an extremely powerful sorcerer with control over a vast range of dark magical powers, and was also armed with a magical weapon called the Havoc Staff, which could discharge bolts of mystic force, and could also control other forms of powerful magic. voiced by Alan Oppenheimer, who is a retired American actor who started acting in the early 60s, and would then have a voice acting career in the 70s where he would do it till the day that he retired. Bao was like Robin Hood or the Green Arrow. He was the best archer in all of Etheria, and was equipped with an array of trick arrows and a bow which he used in combat. He also used his skills of illusion and his fierce patriotism to fight against the evil horde. Just like the Broom, he also lived in the Whispering Woods and was a loyal member of the Great Rebellion. He was voiced by George DiCenzo, who was an American actor and producer, and was also a crucial member of the Filmation for over 30 years in his life. He sadly passed on the August of 9, 2010 at the age of 70. And finally, Princess Natasha, who was a member of the original Princess Alliance, and was also a good friend with the Bright Moon. She had the power of ergokinesis, which meant that she was able to manipulate all forms of energy, and could also form nets which she would throw to her targets. She was again good in aura generation, and could produce an aura which could amplify her powers to dangerous levels. She was also from Etheria, and was voiced by Diane Pershing, who is an American voice actress and a novelist, and during her 20s and 30s, she was also a backup singer for different musicians, example like the famous Johnny Mathis, and is now famously remembered for voicing Poison Ivy in some of the original Justice League series.